smoke again because this next video is so interesting. I might just need to smoke. 34 predictions from The Simpsons that actually happened. Reaction video from the OG Root Boy himself. You know what I'm saying? We trying to figure out what's really going on with these Simpsons, and I'm gonna do an Illuminati card one too, man. I want to show y'all that Illuminati card shit. That everything that they have on that card really happened in real life. Thanksgiving listening party, Thanksgiving, 8 o'clock, $5 get your music play. Um, donations donation goal is 200 people each donating $5 to equate to a total of $1,000, and that will go up once we reach that goal. And then the actual real goal is to get paid off for the streams, and anything that will be donated would be a plus after we reach getting paid off for the streams. All right, let's get into it.
Working across teams is tough, but Asana helps you handle it. Asana AI can spot roadblocks and assign work to keep everything on track. That's how work gets handled. Visit us at asana.com.
I have mastered the one true science, astrology.
Don't you mean astronomy?
No, my dear, I said astrology.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the most famous times the Simpsons writers looked into their magic crystal ball, seemingly predicting events and technology that later happened in the real world.
Wow, you can see into the present.
Number 34, video chats.
Hey there with a personal call, Simpson.
But Mr. Milhouse, my little girl.
And I love when shit like this happens. Remember, I was saying in the 90s, we could even picture shit like this being real. And what is he doing? Like, he is video calling Marge Simpson in 1990 something. Because this damn shit wasn't in the late 2000s and 20s. You know what I'm saying? So, how is this possible?
I was getting married.
Nowadays, video calling is everywhere. You can instantly see and speak to people on your phone, computer, tablet, and whatever else. Back in 1995, when The Simpsons episode Lisa's Wedding aired, it wasn't common at all. In fact, that year, the first public video conference between North America and Africa took place. In this episode, Lisa is told her possible 2010 future by a fairground fortune teller, leading to her seeing her love story with Hugh Parkfield. After their romance blossoms, the middle Simpson child long-distance calls Marge via a landline video chat, looking eerily similar to our modern-day technology.
Don't worry, honey. I guarantee your father will behave. Mom, it's a picture.
1989. She is video calling her mom. 1989, y'all. Y'all think these niggas... Now, the Illuminati card, you see how I'm showing you all of this shit. It's the same shit. It's the same exact shit on the Illuminati card. Same shit as the Simpsons. You know what I'm saying? They predict a lot of shit that be going on.
Your phone.
Number 33, faulty voting machines. In 2012, people were outraged about a video showing a Pennsylvania citizen attempting to vote for...
Y'all really be thinking all this shit ironic. If you think all this shit, 34 coincidences is not something you should look at.
Barack Obama in the U.S. presidential election, only for the electronic voting machine to select Mitt Romney instead.
As of now, we have 2 reports of voters who complained that their vote for Barack Obama in a Pennsylvania voting machine was changed to a vote for Mitt Romney.
The machine was taken away and fixed before returning to the voting floor. Well, in the 2008 episode Treehouse of Horror 19, the opening segment features this exact issue. Homer tries to vote for Obama, only for the machine to select John McCain.
6 votes for President McCain.
Hey, I only meant one of those votes for McCain. This machine is rigged!
After several tries to get the vote through, Homer attempts to warn officials, only for the machine to consume him and spit him out. Thankfully, that latter part did not happen in real life, yet. Number 32, the Hornet invasion.
I I'm cured. I mean, ouch.
It's bonkers how one episode could have two major incidents happen in the real world in 2020. The odds of that happening must have been astronomical. In the 1993 episode Marge in Chains, a bunch of people experiencing hysteria are desperate for a cure. More on that later. After Dr. Hibbert mentions that he can only give a placebo as rest is the best cure, the crowd goes on a rampage and breaks a box in a truck.
Where did we get these placebos?
Maybe there's some in this truck.
Clearly marked with danger killer bees on it, the bugs wreak havoc on the citizens. This bears a strange resemblance to the murder hornet invasion of North America when Asian giant hornets briefly terrorized the nation. Number 31, Washington wins. In 1992, 3 days before Super Bowl 26, The Simpsons episode Lisa the Greek aired. With a title playing on Jimmy the Greek, Lisa has a knack for helping Homer rake in money by betting on American football games.
My mom sure will be happy you won $50.
You'd think that, wouldn't you? But you see, Lisa, your mother has this crazy idea that gambling is wrong.
When the Super Bowl approaches, a disheartened Lisa, who realizes her father is using her, says that if Washington wins, she still loves Homer. Amazingly, she was right when the then-named Washington Redskins defeated the Buffalo Bills in real life. But that's not all. The episode was dubbed during reruns the following year and also in 1994.
Yeah, ever since I was a boy, I've always loved the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah, they're good, but I wouldn't count out the Denver Broncos.
Each time, Washington was switched with the Dallas Cowboys, who won both Super Bowls. Number 30, FIFA's corruption scandal. In 2014, The Simpsons decided to mock football to celebrate the World Cup that year with the episode You Don't Have to Live Like a Referee. It featured a FIFA-esque official approaching Homer to ask him to be a referee during the World Cup as the organization and refs are dealing with corruption allegations. As he says this, the official is arrested.
Mr. Simpson, please help us. The rot is everywhere. In fact, I see that I myself am about to be arrested for corruption.
Homer then spends the tournament denying bribes before accepting them, then rejecting them again when his conscience kicks in. In 2015, the real-world FIFA was torn apart by massive accusations of corruption, damaging the World Football Authority's reputation so much it still hasn't recovered. Many executives were arrested and banned for life.
They were expected to uphold the rules that keep soccer honest and to protect the integrity of the game.
Number 29, ferret poodles. Imagine you saved up the cash to fulfill a lifelong dream of buying a toy poodle. Amazing, right? However, it's not what you imagined. The creature looks a little off and doesn't behave like a dog should.
And one poor guy in Buenos Aires unfortunately purchased one of these ferrets on steroids and noticed that there was something a little fishy about it.
In 2013, one man in Argentina took his two poodles to the vet, which cost him $150 to adopt, only to discover they were actually fluffy, groomed ferrets pumped with steroids. Yikes. Seemingly, the criminal mastermind was taking notes in 2002 for The Simpsons episode Papa's Got a Brand New Badge. After Homer sets up his own security company, he discovers Fat Tony has been sticking cotton balls onto ferrets to pass them off as toy poodles to sell.
Hey, how'd you find us?
One of these ferrets is wearing a wire.
You're not a pet, and you're not a friend. You're nothing to me.
Number 28, Ultra House 3000. Today, many people have smart speakers in their houses that help them get through the turmoil of modern life.
Hey, Pierce, how'd you know our favorite foods?
I analyzed your, leavings.
Oh. Whether it's Amazon's Alexa, Google Assistant, or another brand, these virtual assistants can help remind us of tasks, lock doors, turn on lights, and whatnot. In 2001's Treehouse of Horror 12, the second-story House of Wax had The Simpsons install an Ultra House 3000. With the suave voice of Pierce Brosnan, the helpful device takes care of a lot of the family's troubles and tasks. However, the tech eventually goes awry.
Y'all think this shit really a thing? The Simpsons. Shit. A lot of this shit really did happen, right?
When it falls in love with Marge, leading the family to destroy it to save their lives. Hopefully, real life doesn't take inspiration for the latter part of the story.
I've still got the greatest enthusiasm and confidence in the mission. And I want to help you.
Number 27, Baby Translator. Since the dawn of humanity, adults have been baffled by what babies are after.
Lavish attention on me and entertain me.
Maggie, you talked!
Does the high-pitched cry mean they're hungry or cold? Does the lower grumble mean they're bored or having an existential crisis? No one knows. Herb Powell, Homer's long-lost half-brother, wants to find the answer in this 1992 episode. To reclaim his fortune, Herb uses Maggie to develop a device to translate a baby's wants so adults can understand. In recent years, several companies have created devices to do the same thing. In 2016, a Taiwanese team led by Chuan Yu-chung created the mobile app Infant Crying Translator to help with the puzzle. Then in 2023, QBear developed a device that uses AI.
What if the baby's tired or got a dirty nappy or whatever it happens to be? It really takes the guesswork out of parenting.
Number 26, the Ocean Gate submersible tragedy. In
Hey man, I always just a little sensitive. I stopped watching. I kind of grew out of it, but I always like Family Guy, The Simpsons, Futurama.
2023, the world was shocked over Ocean Gate's Titan submersible vanishing on an expedition to see the Titanic shipwreck in the North Atlantic Ocean. People panicked as the vessel's oxygen ran out before it could be located. In the 2006 episode Homer's Paternity Coot, there were similarities to the real-life event. After Homer believes Mason Fairbanks is his biological father, the two go on mini-subs to collect treasure from a shipwreck. However, Homer's vessel gets lost and he runs out of oxygen, falling unconscious until he's saved. However, back in real life, debris from the Titan submersible was found. It was discovered the poor safety standards of the vessel had caused it to implode, sadly taking the lives of 5 people on board.
The Titan imploded, and it imploded most likely due to delamination of a carbon fiber hull.
Number 25, COVID-esque illness. As we alluded to earlier, 1993's Marge in Chains had another big reason to terrify the year of real-world 2020.
Good Lord. Flu germs entering every orifice in my head.
After watching a shopping channel commercial for the juice loosener, the residents of Springfield go crazy for the device and order it in droves. However, one worker shipping the items in Osaka, Japan is so fearful of missing a day with the flu that he ends up coughing his disease into the boxes. When it gets to Springfield, the town is soon infected with very visual virus clouds, giving them all Osaka.
Whoa, man, amazing car. When did you become a millionaire?
What is this for?
We're trying to get advice for the younger generation.
I made my first million last year, actually.
What line of work are you in?
I'm in sales.
Okay, what's the best advice you can give someone that's in sales?
You're only as good as your sales reps. And your CRM.
What CRM do you use?
Osaka flu.
The dreaded Osaka flu has hit Springfield with over 300 cases now reported.
In real life, 2020 saw COVID-19 sweep across the world with a pandemic, causing many to sadly lose their lives as countries went into lockdown. Number 24, the horse meat scandal.
More testicles mean more.
They predicted the horse meat scandal too, bro. I told you I'm finna have some fire every time the shit gonna be fire. I told you. Tomorrow the show we gonna have our show tomorrow, I believe. So I'll be ready for our show, Smoking Ball. Sometime tomorrow. I don't know when the guys gonna be ready, but I know for sure there's a game on tomorrow. The guys will be ready. But yeah, man, I did not know. I used to watch the Simpsons. I did not know though that they predicted that. And that is also a fact. See, they're telling you that it's a fact. Y'all don't even be paying attention. They're saying that they predicted that they were feeding us horse meat. So that means they're actually feeding us.
Or iron.
In 2013, the food industry in real-life Europe was in shambles. It was discovered that various frozen foods, which claimed they contained beef, actually had up to 100% horse meat.
It's been fast food too. You see, I ain't been wrong about shit. It's in some of your fast food that you eat too.
Some apparent beef dishes also included various other animals, including pork, which greatly affected those from religions that forbid the consumption of swine. Nearly 2 decades before, in 1994, The Simpsons aired the episode Sweet Seymour Skinner's Badass Song. During events, we see Springfield Elementary School has been cost-cutting their food expenditures as lunch lady Doris is mixing in assorted horse parts with extra iron from the stallion's nether regions. Delicious.
Have you ever tried horse meat? They eat it raw in Japan, and...
Number 23. The U.S. wins gold in curling.
It appears Team Sweden will clinch the gold, and they are over the moon with joy.
Joy is but the shadow pain casts.
At the 1998 Winter Olympics, curling was officially brought into the event as a sport rather than a demonstration. Beyond a bronze medal for the men in 2006, the elusive gold had evaded the United States. In the 2010 episode Boy Meets Curl, the sport was given a massive dose of advertising as Homer and Marge competed for the U.S. at the Olympics. Not only that, they defeated the Swedish team to grab gold. Fast forward to the real-life 2018 Winter Olympics in Pyeongchang, South Korea, where the U.S. men's team took on Sweden in the final.
Marge and Homer Simpson are depicted on the U.S. Olympic curling team, and they take home the gold, just like the U.S. men's curling team did for the first time ever this weekend.
With life imitating art, the United States defeated their opponents in the final 7-10 to take the gold for the first time.
Don't tell me y'all gonna say that's just not right. That's just a coincidence 34 fucking times in a row. How do you have 34 coincidences when you know how to get 34 coincidences?
Number 22. Cypress Hill performs with the London Symphony Orchestra. Celebrities making cameos in The Simpsons is very often delightful, especially when they're happy to make jokes at their expense.
Do you know Insane in the Brain?
We mostly know classical, but we could give it a shot.
In the 1996 episode Homerpalooza, Homer becomes an attraction for absorbing cannon fire. During his tour, we see the hip-hop group Cypress Hill backstage at the fairgrounds. Turns out someone ordered the London Symphony Orchestra, probably while under the influence, and the manager looks at Cypress Hill, who goes with it. The two groups then play a classical hip-hop mashup of Insane in the Brain. Well, that's stuck in the real-life group's mind for years. In 2024, news came out that the LSO was set to support Cypress Hill for a gig at the Royal Albert Hall in London, England.
Cypress Hill? The LSO is ready for you.
Huh? The LSO? Did we actually order the London Symphony Orchestra? Maybe we did.
Number 21. Kamala Harris's purple suit.
Sorry I'm late. I've been racking my brain trying to think of something to cut from the budget.
In this episode from 2000, Bart is shown a vision of his possible future. In contrast to his less-than-great life, Lisa has become president as she wears a purple suit with her iconic necklace. This outfit has a startling similarity to Kamala Harris's attire during her inauguration as vice president in 2021, including the necklace and pearl earrings. Lisa is said to be the, quote, first straight female president of the United States, which became a potential outcome for Harris after she secured the Democratic nomination in 2024.
Now, in conclusion, my administration will focus on the 3 R's: reading, writing, and refilling the ocean. Thank you very much.
Number 20. Disney buys Fox. This episode from season 10 aired on November 8th, 1998, long before Disney and Fox considered an acquisition. At the end of the episode, a sign appears that reads 20th Century Fox, a division of Walt Disney Co. According to the episode's writer, Richard Appel, the joke was written out of, quote, a general sense that soon Disney would own us all.
You've got to keep our secret, Homer.
He definitely wasn't wrong when it came to Fox. Nearly 20 years later, on December 14, 2017, Disney announced that it was buying 21st Century Fox for just over $52 billion. And with that, The Simpsons...
You think that's a coincidence, too?
officially became Disney.
Do you really think all this shit is a coincidence? This 31 minutes and 43 seconds of coincidence.
Disney characters. The 2021 Plusiversary short showed just how strange and funny it is to see Springfield residents hang out with Mouse House characters.
Oh, I wish I was your sidekick.
He's mine! We have got to the point where literally anybody can build a fully working app without knowing how to code. This is Base 44. This is a first look at the current industry-leading AI app builder, and you wouldn't believe the kind of apps that people are...
Goofy! Number 19, smartwatches. In the episode Lisa's Web...
Smartwatch, bro, this is not a coincidence. And if you didn't know, I had the fire content every fucking time. I'm gonna come with that fire every time, bro. I really ain't new to this, but I just didn't understand how to do this streaming, vlogging shit. But now I'm kind of understanding a little bit more, so just make sure the streams go up so I can start getting paid for this shit. Appreciate y'all watching, man. That's what means a lot to me. You know, gets me up out of bed every day, gives me something to do other than the garden all day. I'm still healing, so I'm a lot better, 10 times better than I was when I first started. And you wonder why I sound like that, is because nigga, what I went through, it took. I'm just not getting back. Like, I have to relearn everything, man. I learned fast, but I couldn't even walk for a while, man. I'm doing better now. Getting there.
wedding, we see the titular character prepare for a union in the year 2010. To prove that they're in the future, her fiancé, Hugh Parkfield, speaks into a wrist device that seemingly functions as both a watch and...
How crazy is that? Smart watch. Well, smartphones too, because they have
telephone.
Oh, blast! Go to plan B.
Modern audiences would probably think nothing of it today. However, the episode aired in 1995. Smartwatches were still in their infancy then, while similar devices did pop up in mediums like...
And you guys think that's constant?
Spy movies, the idea that an average citizen would have access to a phone watch was relatively original. It turned out that The Simpsons wasn't far off, because the first smartwatch that functioned as a telephone was introduced in 1999.
Don't worry, honey. I guarantee your father will behave. Mom, it's a picture phone. This? Oh, no.
1999.
I just got a touch of the rheumatiz.
Number 18, really old fan mail. During season 2's Brush with Greatness, Beatles drummer Ringo Starr appeared as himself and responded to some very old fan mail.
They took the time to write me, and I don't care if it takes me another 20 years. I'm going to answer every one of them.
This includes finally answering Marge, who had sent him some correspondence all the way back in high school. It turns out that this plot wasn't that unrealistic. While the real-life occurrence didn't involve Ringo Starr, it did bring in Paul McCartney. The legendary musician learned about a tape that was recorded by two fans back in 1963. Sometime after he got it, the BBC helped the older fans get McCartney's written response. Although it took 50 years, they seemed to appreciate him writing back.
Dear Marge, thanks for the fab painting of yours truly. I hung it on me wall. You're quite an artist.
Number 17, legalized marijuana in Canada. The Simpsons managed to predict the future and take shots.
Why you couldn't predict that shit for Texas? Damn.
At the American healthcare system in one delightful plot.
And that's why I personally thank God we pay too much for drugs. I mean, the right amount.
When Mr. Burns cancels the prescription drug plan, many other companies follow suit. After people realize they can't afford medication, they hoof it over to Canada to get what they need. The journey paves the way for Ned to meet his Canadian doppelganger. During the encounter, the Springfield native was offered some legal reeferino.
Say, would you like to puff on a reeferino? It's legal here.
They warned me Satan would be attractive. Let's go.
While the green stuff wasn't legal in Canada at the time, it didn't take too long. Reeferino was officially given the okay across
Alright, let's change the word. Ironic.
Canada in October 2018. That was nearly 14 years after the episode aired in January 2005. Number 16, The Shard.
Wow, you can see into the present.
Now we'll see what the future holds.
The writers must have really been looking into a crystal ball when they came up with Lisa's wedding in the 90s. When they weren't dreaming up futuristic phone watches, the animators were plopping in buildings that hadn't existed yet. While Lisa is in London, viewers are given a glimpse of various famous landmarks. It was pretty normal to see Big Ben and the Tower Bridge. However, there's also a pointy skyscraper. In March 2009, work started on what would eventually become the Shard. It would ultimately become the tallest building in the entire country. Not only does the Shard bear a startling resemblance to the tower seen in The Simpsons, but it's even in the right location. Now that's just eerie.
Oh, it's good to hear a boisterous American laugh.
Number 15, autocorrect. When Dolph wrote Beat Up Martin into his Apple Newton in 1994, the phrase hilariously turned into Eat Up Martha.
Hey, Dolph, take a memo on your Newton. Beat up Martin.
This was a joke aimed at the Apple Newton, which was notoriously bad at recognizing handwriting. But it also predicted the issues that autocorrect would bring to handheld devices. Technically, autocorrect was around by 1994 in programs like Microsoft Word. However, it wouldn't be until 2007 that autocorrect became a common and notorious problem for handheld devices. The joke actually did affect real-life development as well. Apparently, Apple developers made sure that autocorrect worked as well as it could after being lightly mocked in the episode.
Me fail English? That's impossible.
Number 14, the mass of the Higgs boson. The writers of The Simpsons are extremely...
Hey, Simpsons. There's just some shows of the night. Martin, Jamie Foxx, Simpsons. Y'all don't even.
Smart. Excuse.
Hey, I don't even remember shit like the PJs but to this day. I should bring the PJs back on. Shit like the PJs, King of the Hill.
Me, are you a student at this school?
Celebrity death. Might do a reaction to something.
I think it's pretty obvious that I am. Go school!
So much so that they pretty much figured out the mass of the Higgs boson particle 14 years early. In the episode The Wizard of Evergreen Terrace, Homer becomes an inventor and writes a complicated math equation on a chalkboard. This complicated series of numbers and symbols was penned by episode writer David X. Cohen and his astronomer friend David Sheminovich. Physicist Simon Singh later...
What's up with the donut?
Homer becomes an inventor and writes a complicated math equation on a chalkboard. This complicated series of numbers and symbols was penned by episode writer David X. Cohen and his astronomer friend David Sheminovich. Physicist Simon Singh later claimed that Homer's equation closely correlates to the real mass of the Higgs boson particle. While the episode aired in 1997, the mass wasn't officially discovered until 2012. We guess Homer's much smarter than we thought, sometimes.
They're on hinges. That's really ingenious, Dad.
Number 13, the Roy Horn Tiger Attack. When Springfield legalizes gambling, Mr. Burns opens a casino and hires Gunter and Ernst to stage an animal show.
A round of applause, please, for Anastasia. She loves show business. So much nicer than the savagery of the jungle, yeah?
In a horrifying turn of events, they are attacked by their white tiger Anastasia. Even more horrifying is what came after. These two are modeled after Siegfried and Roy. This real-life duo formerly ran a highly popular Vegas show at the Mirage Resort and Casino. Around 10 years after the episode aired, Roy Horn was attacked by a tiger named Manticore while performing a show. He unfortunately suffered many serious injuries. While Horn survived the gruesome incident, the performer had to leave show business after the attack.
What are you gonna do? Start your own casino? In your tree?
That's why y'all can't have everything. Pets.
House and get all your little friends to come? I'd like to see that!
Number 12. Lady Gaga's halftime show. As the title suggests, the 2012 Lisa Goes Gaga episode sees pop star Lady Gaga visiting Springfield and winning the young Simpsons' heart.
I just can't ignore a billboard in pain. We're stopping in Springfield.
But-
No buts.
During her musical performance, the musician wears a bluish-silver outfit and flies over the crowd in a harness. The scene initially came off as a satirical love letter to Gaga's outrageous and bombastic style. However, it eventually became a reflection of real life. When Lady Gaga performed the halftime show at Super Bowl 51 in 2017, the similarities to the Springfield concert were striking. Lady Gaga wore an outfit very similar to the one seen on the animated show. Additionally, she just so happened to hover over the crowd in a harness.
What's wrong, honey?
Please, I've had enough attention for one day.
Number 11. Airplane Restaurant. Poor Homer and Marge couldn't even enjoy a nice night out.
Look, honey, I clipped on my tie all by myself.
And you look as handsome as the day we were married.
Oh, happy anniversary, Marge.
Their plans to visit the Gilded Truffle for their wedding anniversary were ruined when Grandpa failed to show up to babysit. Eventually, they're forced to skip out on the fancy restaurant and are taken to visit Up Up and Buffet. This airplane-themed restaurant simulates turbulence and serves leftovers in ARF bags. Since the episode aired in 1998, various airplanes have been converted into restaurants. These are located across the globe and serve food ranging from McDonald's to steak. Hopefully, most of these real restaurants stay stationary.
Don't get too fast!
Number 10. Nobel Prize winner Bengt Holmstrom. A 2010 Simpsons story saw Martin, Milhouse, Database, and Lisa bet on the winners of the various Nobel Prizes.
We're watching the Nobel Prize announcements live from Stockholm.
Ooh, the Nobies!
When viewers are given a brief glimpse of the betting pool, they see that Milhouse has bet on Bengt Holmstrom to win economics. But Martin won the bet by picking Jagdish Bhagwati. However, Milhouse was close. He was just 6 years off. In 2016, both Holmstrom and Oliver Hart won Nobel Prizes in economic sciences, quote, for their contributions to contract theory. While we will not try to explain what that is, we're sure Milhouse already knows. He's clearly smart enough to predict the future.
It's time for the noblest Nobel Prize of all, the Peace Prize.
I would kill for that.
Number 9. Daenerys burns King's Landing. Game of Thrones.
Eve to me is basically freedom. It's a giant open universe where you can do whatever you want. You can have really relaxed.
Had a real stinker of an ending. So bad that it was an actual joke on The Simpsons. The Surfsons is the 29th season premiere. And takes place in an alternate medieval kingdom called Springfieldia.
Water soup again?
Now it's Crusoe.
The end of the episode sees Homer reviving a dragon, which proceeds to rain fire on a nearby village. Look familiar? Nearly 2 years later, Game of Thrones would feature a very similar scene when Daenerys used Drogon to raise King's Landing. This story development was heavily criticized by fans and critics alike, and it didn't take social media long to scream, "Simpsons did it!"
Look, the dragon is burning our village.
I love our life.
Number 8. Yard Work Simulator. When the Simpson family visits Colonel Tex's traveling carnival, Bart is drawn to a virtual reality game called Yard Work Simulator. Marge hilariously informs him that he can do real work like this at home.
I want to go on the Yard Work Simulator.
But when I ask you to do yard work,
Naturally, real effort doesn't seem that appealing to Bart. But things have definitely changed since this episode aired in 1998. Modern gaming is full of simulator experiences. Through consoles, PCs, and smartphones, players can do seemingly boring chores digitally. There's even options to perform these tasks in virtual reality. While the games aren't for everyone, 90s Bart would be in heaven in the 21st century.
You chop my hands halfway off, and then I'll still have enough strength to chop.
get to work!
Number 7. Snake Clubbing. In the 4th season episode Whacking Day, the citizens of Springfield get together for an annual event in which they round up snakes and eliminate them in the town square.
In a tradition that dates back to founding father Jebediah Springfield, every May 10th, local residents gather to drive snakes into the center of town and whack them to
I remember this. Goodness.
snake heaven.
This was reportedly influenced by real events called rattlesnake rodeos. Those events involve trading, releasing, and occasionally slaying the reptiles. But this episode predicted an even more violent occurrence. In 2013, the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission started the Python Challenge.
And the Lord said, Whack ye all the serpents which crawl on their bellies, and thy town shall be a beacon unto others.
This event calls for Floridians to capture or eliminate as many Burmese pythons as possible for a $10,000 prize. In 2022, a competitor named Matthew Concepcion won by capturing 28 snakes.
Oh, whacking day, our hallowed snake skull cracking day.
Number 6, The Bloody Billboard. Itchy and Scratchy make their way onto the big screen in this episode from season 4.
You'll find it in the Itchy and Scratchy movie, coming soon to a theater near you. 53% new footage.
Wow.
In order to promote their movie, the studio puts out a disgusting interactive billboard. It mainly dumps a red blood-like substance onto passers-by and into their cars. A slight variation on this theme actually played out in 2008 in New Zealand. Back then, the state-owned TVNZ2 was promoting the television debut of Quentin Tarantino's Kill Bill Volume 1.
It was the greatest movie I've ever seen in my life! And you wouldn't believe the celebrities who did cameos. Dustin Hoffman, Michael Jackson.
A giant billboard was erected in Auckland that saw a giant stream of blood spraying onto nearby prop cars. Luckily, no one in the vicinity reported that they were slathered in the liquid. The same cannot be said for the poor citizens of Springfield. Number 5, The Censoring of David. Few marble sculptures are as popular as Michelangelo's David.
Get dressed, Marge. You've got to lead our protest against this abomination.
But that's Michelangelo's David. It's a masterpiece.
It's filth.
In the 2nd season episode Itchy and Scratchy and Marge, David goes on a tour throughout the eastern United States and stops in Springfield. Some people take umbrage with the statue's nudity and attempt to censor it. There are people who even went so far as to cover it with a pair of jeans. With this gag, The Simpsons was both satirizing the past and predicting the future. Various campaigns have attempted to cover up David since the episode aired. Incidents have arisen in 2001, 2014, and 2016. It's unknown whether more campaigns to conceal the statue's natural form will pop up in the future.
I told you she was soft on full frontal nudity.
Number 4, Gym Mat Food. After Principal Skinner makes some massive budget cuts at the school, the kids get really shoddy lunches.
You cut back on everything. Salaries, supplies, the food. I don't care what you say, I can taste the newspaper.
The educator and the cafeteria staff even colluded to use shredded newspapers and gym mats as cheap food filler. In 2014, the public learned that many major fast food chains were using azodicarbonamide in their bread. This compound is used as an oxidizing agent with flour. It's also used to make vinyl foam. Ironically, that is what gym and yoga mats are made of. So, in an indirect way, real restaurants were taking a page out of Skinner's playbook. Fortunately, bad publicity caused many of these restaurants to drop azodicarbonamide as an ingredient.
There's very little meat in these gym mats.
Number 3, grease thefts. Is there anything that people won't steal? In Lard of the Dance, Homer and Bart conspire to sell grease for a profit. Upon realizing that everyday bacon grease won't do the trick, the duo starts stealing grease from the school and Krusty Burger.
Okay, boy, this is where all the hard work, sacrifice, and painful scaldings pay off.
The latter attempt even gets them in trouble with the mafia-like Acme Grease and Shovel Company. America saw a spate of grease thefts throughout 2012 when the price of used cooking oil skyrocketed. In one instance, 2 thieves stole grease from a McDonald's. Honestly, we do have to wonder if the real thieves got the idea from watching The Simpsons.
This better work, boy. I don't want to wind up working on your mother's emu farm.
Number 2, Blinky the Three-Eyed Fish. The Simpsons finds a source of humor in many things, including nuclear runoff. At the start of this 2nd season episode, Bart catches a three-eyed fish that is named Blinky by the media.
Wait a minute.
1, 2, 3.
The deformed fish was caught near a nuclear power plant that is found to have 342 safety violations worth over $50 million.
I suppose that's normal background radiation, the kind you'd find in any well-maintained nuclear facility.
This remained a silly joke until 2011. During that year, fishermen in Cordoba, Argentina caught a three-eyed wolffish. Sure enough, the lake was used as a dumping ground for a nuclear power plant facility's hot water. We wouldn't recommend making a fillet out of that catch. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. President Trump. Like Lisa's wedding, Bart to the Future depicts, well, the future. While Bart lives as an aspiring rock star, Lisa is President of the United States. She inherits a massive financial problem that was caused by the last president, real estate mogul Donald Trump.
As you know, we've inherited quite a budget crunch from President Trump. How bad is it, Secretary Van Houten?
This episode was produced during his presidential campaign of 2000, when his victory seemed extremely unlikely. However, it stopped being a joke when Trump was declared the 45th president of the United States. The first episode following the announcement contained a chalkboard gag that read, quote, "Being right sucks." This drawing showed that the writers are not always happy about what they predict.
If I'm gonna bail the country out, I'll have to raise taxes. But in my speech, I'd like to avoid calling it a painful emergency tax.
Which Simpson storyline do you hope becomes a reality someday? Let us know below.
I've heard there's a cartoon show that can predict the future. Maybe we can watch it and find out what's going to happen.